Hey y'all, remember my last bag? Well, this is it. Clearly I've used this bag a lot. You can see all of the decals on the side falling off, and there are a lot of visible mistakes that I have made when I had first made this bag. And although I really do like this design, I think it's time for me to make a new one. You can see that there's a bunch of problems with some of the stitching as well as the foam on the inside coming apart, and there's a hole starting to tear on the inside of the main pocket, and if I have valuables in my bag, I don't want that to fall out. That hole's only going to get worse, and so I think it's time I make a new bag. I started a brainstorm in Clip Studio Paint. There are things that I wanted to improve upon, such as making the bag smaller. My last bag was really big, and I really wanted to downsize it a bit. Not only that, I wanted to incorporate some different designs. I had taken some inspiration from military bags that have straps around them. I'm not really sure what those straps are for, but for me at least I have an idea of what I wanted to do with them. Through this process I'm able to plan out the templates as well as all of the material that I need. Once I had finished that, now I just need to make the templates. And after making the templates, I was able to cut all the pieces out. But the one thing I did learn from my last bag is that if you are going to put vinyl designs on them, you're going to want to put that on first before sewing it together. Now, making decals is really fun and it looks really cool, but the tweeting process from removing all of the itty bitty cut pieces can be kind of annoying the more complex it gets. And after finishing the design, I sent it to my Cricut. Now this is the part that I was talking about removing the unwanted area of the vinyl. Luckily for my first cut, which was the most complicated vinyl design, the cuts were really good, so it was really easy to take off the excess. And once all of that is done, you get a really cool sticker of what it is that you're going to be putting on your material. Now for this video, I didn't really include too much footage. It's pretty similar to the last video that I have of me making a bag. And here I'm figuring out the spacing of the pockets and how they'll be sitting on this big back part of the bag. And now that it's actually sewn onto the back part of the bag, I can actually use them as pockets and see and test how much space there is in there. And these bags are really small, way smaller than my last bag. The space in there can fit about maybe 2 wallets or so. And the bottom bag is actually supposed to be a little bit bigger, but didn't really turn out that big. The outer front faces of the pockets actually have cushion inside of them, and that cushion takes away space from the inside because the cushion is really thick. But the contents on the inside are going to be protected. And after a lot of tedious sewing and a couple touch-ups, the bag is finished. It stands at about 9 inches tall, which is significantly smaller than my other one because the other one was around 13 inches. And one of the best changes that I did make was make the bag thinner. My last one, when filled with stuff, would go to be about 5 inches. And when it's sitting on the side of your leg, it's hard to get through things, you'll bump into things, and sitting down in a tiny car, you'll be squished. So with this one in mind, I really wanted to emphasize on having a really thinner profile if it's going to be sitting on the side of my leg. I know the angle of the camera isn't completely flat, but the bag thickness now comes out to about 3 inches. And here's a closer look at what the bag looks like. Those straps at the front of that bottom pocket actually do have a use. I decided to put my pen there as well as my keys. So if there's anything that I do need to hold that can be fitted in between there, now I can have it there. And here's the space for the pockets. Now I am really happy that it is a lot thinner than my last bag, but it really does significantly drop down the amount of stuff that I can carry. Normally I had my wallet and my portable charger in the top part of my last bag, but now it's just really small. That, and I had originally planned to have the top pocket be a lot thinner than the bottom pocket. The bottom pocket has a 2-inch width to it versus the top one, which has a 1-inch width, but they both kind of ended up the same, and it would have made it easier for me to access the top zipper for the bottom pocket, but yeah, since they're pretty much the same, it's kind of hard to access it, but oh well, mistakes happen. And this is what it looks like when I'm wearing it. It's very similar to my last bag. Same function. They're just pockets. If I need something, open the pocket, grab it, and so on and so forth. Initially, I had planned to do some sort of talking outro, but I forgot my microphones downstairs. But, yeah, thank you for watching me make a bag. I love how it turned out. I think my sewing skills have definitely improved, and it really shows when you compare my last couple purses to this one. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. Could even wear it as a shoulder bag. Well, that's all. Thank you for watching. Bye.